Hello, I'm Staff. Get it? You wouldn't get it. I traveled to Finland, to Helsinki, the capital, to go to the Ropecon event, which is the biggest event, even bigger than Warhammer Fest, which I was to like 6 years ago. And it was a blast. In this video I will tell you all about it, what I did there, how the atmosphere was, what did Trench Crusade, what were the Trench Crusade team doing over there, like the entire company, what were we missionaries doing there, and all the rest. It will be a long video, hope you stick around because lots of fun things there. And if you do enjoy it, and enjoy Trench Crusade and miniature painting, please do subscribe, it helps out a lot. So let's get cracking. First things first, I traveled by plane and it is only like 2 hours flight from Umeå, but it's, you have to go there, so took kind of a whole day anyway to travel over there. But it was a time difference between Sweden and Finland, which is weird because, we're neighbors and kind of at the same place. So when the plane landed an hour early, I got so freaked out. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Are they crash landing somewhere? But it turns out the hour were just, going back an hour. I'm an idiot. So when I landed there at around midnight, Friday night, the missionary in Finland picked me up, and we just went straight to the ground, like 500 meters underground, to the train, which is supposed to, survive an atom bomb, because Finland is, they prepared for anything. So we went to train to the suburbs where we lived, to get a good night's sleep for the convent day. When we get up, more train, and this time we were going to the Helsinki War Club, which is a huge wargaming club with like terrain for every single game there is, with over 100 members, and it was pretty cool. So I went over there and we packed the terrain we had to take to the convent.
Looks a bit empty because a lot of merchandise is at Ropecon already.
Oh. Traveled by car to the convent, and whilst there I understood the sheer size of the place and like how huge this convent actually was. And we saw like some of the stores packing up, and we were packing up our own stuff, and the terrain that we had there was like creme de la creme of the Trench Crusade terrain. Like I figured that was the best terrain for playing Trench Crusade the entire world that weekend. Like the table made by Diceverse and his friend Juho was incredible. They had been building this huge narrative game table for Factory Fortress for over 140 hours, just painting and painting and painting, and yeah, as you see, it is great. Even the missionary of Finland made his own train table for the event, and the tables beside those specially made, we had like the old Mordheim table, which we could use again, and just random tables, which was also like better than any other table I ever seen for Trench Crusade. So all in all, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, I think we had 5 or 6 demo tables, 5 demo tables set up the entire time for the guests. Everybody brought some warbands, and I brought the Black Raid because nobody else had those. And like, we were ready to teach people to play Trench Crusade. And we were there because, you know, as a missionary, you sign up because you want to. We're not paid in any way. We're just there to help out. So after we set up, and before the event actually started, I was walking around to see what's else in store here. And there was a lot, like there were dozens of games with lots of cool armies and even cooler terrain. We had Age of Sigmar, we had Middle Earth, we had Necropolis, but so many cool games. And then there was the grand tournament of 40k. There was also normal people there doing other things except miniature games, like the Devil, and people hitting each other with sticks. The actual event was more of a role-playing event and LARP and cosplay, so the majority of visitors were in costume, and I was just like, hello, I'm staff. You could buy these awesome things though, like these were just some of the things you could buy. I got some stickers. So, and at the event there were also lots of presentations and interviews with people, and Mike from China was one of them, as you see in the video I made earlier. And Tomas had one, which I could not get into because I was demoing a game, and when I tried to get in it was already full. But James from Factory Fortress filmed it, so I could use his footage, which was great. And that was a part of the convent which was really fun, like the entire Factory Fortress team was there. And you got to meet them all, and like I could talk about the miniatures and the model making with James. I could talk about the artwork with Mike. I could talk about the rules with Tomas, and I could talk about how fun it is to run a Kickstarter with Jamie. It was just a blast to meet everybody. I even got to talk about the puzzle hunting with Alexander, which was great fun. And he had lots of fun looking me being agonized about the puzzle in my earlier videos. So I'm glad somebody enjoyed those videos. The playtest team that we had were like the dream team. Like, we had one table each and people were just pouring in. There was like constant stream of people wanting to try Trench Crusade. There were actual queues, and like as soon as you were finished with one team, another would come like, can you teach me? Do you have 5 minutes? And by the end of it, I had a pretty solid like strategy to teach people how to play, like 2 models versus 2 models, and these are the basic actions, let's go. Like in a half an hour, people that had never ever played a war game was loving Trench Crusade. And the best moment was when 2 brothers, like I don't know, maybe 13-year-olds, was playing the war game for the first time. And the day after they tried Trench Crusade with me, they was at a green stuff workshop. And this guy made his own artillery witch out of green stuff, and it was just amazing. Like truly, I could not do that, and I've tried. And all I can do is like green stuff balls with fingerprints on them. He also got to show it to James, you know, that sculpted the actual models for Trench Crusade. And Mike, you know, that made the artwork for the Artillery Witch. And it was just like this truly wholesome moment that was great to be a part of for me. There was also a huge painting contest. I will make a separate video about that. About my submissions and the painting contest, but it was a huge thing and lots of entries in different categories. Trench Crusade was one of them, and the Trench Crusade team was judges for it. Pretty fun. There was a speed paint workshop, and I figured like, hell yeah, that's like the main thing I'm good at, painting shit fast, let's go. And I forgot the time, when I was demoing games, so I could not even be there for. This was 1 hour speed paint, but I got on half an hour, and I just tried to race my way to the victory, but I didn't win anything. So why was Factory Fortress there, the entire team? I think it might be because Factory Fortress won a prize, the Ropecon prize. The theme of the event was New Worlds, and they got a prize, which was pretty fun to see.
Miniature tabletop game Trench Crusade. The award will be presented by game co-creators Tuomas Pirinen, Michael Kiel, and Trench Crusade. Let's have a quick round of applause.
Mike, I think you should do the honors and the holding. So, first of all, I am so happy. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we all want to stress that it wasn't just the three of us. We started the game project, but we have so many legendary artists, and I do stress legendary artists, miniature sculptors, painters. We have people like from 10 countries on this project. We have a lot of our team, so I would be here all night if I mention all the names, but I do want to call out Mira, our editors here, Jamie, our COO, Alex, who is our producer. We should be mentioned all. I want to give a shout out to came with us here. And it is for you, the gamers, that we did this game. This was not a financial project or a corporate project. This came purely from the grassroots, and that is the sole reason why it's been successful in my opinion. So thank you very much.
And here you can see the narrative game going on the Saturday. This will also be a separate video because it's so epic that it serves it by its own. But it's an 11-hour narrative game where people could come in and drop out whenever they wanted to. Heretics versus the faithful, and one of the teams has to win. And during this narrative game, when stuff died, they could respawn. It was like a push and pull warfare, and different cards were being drawn and things would happen on the table about raining blood and, like, you know, stuff like that. They could get shrapnel and fire the huge cannon. The hero, missionary of Finland, he was there the entire time without any breaks, just eating bananas and, you know, trying to keep up and making everyone feel involved. Middle Earth had this amazing Helms Deep table in which they held like a narrative game on. You know, it could like remove the part of the wall that was bombed and replace it with rubble, and it just looked so cool. There was a game called Necropolis, which I watched a game of, a demo game, and it looked super fun, like a wizard versus wizard. But the most fun thing for me was to meet all the new people. I came there from Sweden, I didn't know anybody except Thomas maybe, which I met, you know, a few months ago in Nordingrå. And I got to meet all the lovely Finnish people, like truly lovely to meet you all, and I hope you come to Umeå soon. And everybody from the Factory Fortress team, everybody working at the convent, everybody was super nice, and kiitos.
So I can see that. Is it any? I can see him.
Yes, you can.
Joka sitten tuli liian ahneeksi ja alkoi sitten myöskin syödä seurakuntaansa.
Helsinkiläisen Tuomas Pirisen luoma Trench Crusade-peli on kerännyt kansainvälisillä joukkorahoituksilla yli 6 miljoonaa euroa.
Trench Crusade on miniatyyritaistelupeli, jossa kaksi pelaajaa ottaa maalatuilla miniatyyreillä mittaa toisistaan. tämmöisen vaihtoehtoisen historian vuonna 1914, jossa helvetin demonit on hyökänneet maapallolle ja ihmiset taistelevat näitä vastaan.
Entä miksi Pirinen arvioi pelin saavuttaneen niin suuren kansainvälisen suosion?
Koska mitään mainoksia ei ole ajettu, me emme ole mikään tunnettu brändi tai ole minkään olemassa olevan pelin jatko-osa, niin kyllä tässä on ihan puhtaasti ruohonjuuritason innostuksesta kysymys. Hullun hommaahan se on paperilla, että käytännössä nämä kaikki epäonnistuu, mutta myöskin äärimmäisen hauskaa, koska tässä ei tietenkään ollut mitään ulkoisia tekijöitä, ei sijoittajia, ei firmoja, joten me saatettiin tehdä juuri sellainen peli kuin me haluttiin tehdä.
Joukkorahoittajat ympäri maailmaa saavat pelin käsinsä aivan lähiviikkoina, ja muille siihen on mahdollisuus tutustua vaikka tänään Helsingin messukeskuksessa alkavassa Ropecon tapahtumassa.